Welcome back to another episode of Live from Ox City with Greg and Drew.
Ooh, it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, which is... Wait, you hear that?
Which is what's going on at your
Hold on. Wait, you hear that?
door. Yeah, I hear like Freddy trying to get in.
I have to explain all the noises that we hear on here. Like the
Courtesy
drinking
of
noise.
dog.
Yeah, the dog, the drinking noise, the clawing noise, any of that. Like, I have to explain that it's not me doing something weird in the background.
My friend I stayed with my friend for a few weeks in Miami when I first moved out there before my place was ready to move in. And they had cats. Great. And these cats were they were basically, they would fight with each other. They would hiss at me every single time they saw me. And we just we basically were social distancing before there was a thing called social distancing.
Hold on. Let me paint this picture for the listener. And you are not the most pet friendly person in general, right? Like you're not like the let a dog jump on you.
Nah, I don't run up
licking you and all that.
No, see, yes, you're absolutely correct. I don't run up on dogs and like, oh, nice dog, and then they just give you corona or rabies or bite you or anything. So no,
like you're super suspicious. Of
people too. But look, they might run up and bite you too. So I'm basically treating dogs how I treat people. Like, I don't just run up on you and like start licking you. You know what I mean? Why am I gonna start licking you? we gotta exchange pleasantries first. You know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're
not
so
wrong.
That's all. Yeah, my brother's dog. Like I love my brother's dog, and feed the dog, pet the dog, shake the dog's hand, roll over, play fetch, all that.
But so you with these stranger
animals.
Cats who are just hissing at you, like that. That sounds like a lot.
Well, by the time I was ready to move into my place, I told my friend, he knew like me and the cats were beefing, and I think I told him I'll punch a cat in the face at one point. I think I might have said it, I might have not. It was just how I was feeling at the time.
It was something close to that for sure.
Yeah. It was either that or I'll strangle a cat till he dies or something. I forgot what it was. It was something I forgot.
Something that a cat owner doesn't want to hear for sure.
It was the most respectful way I could have said it, I think.
Most respectful way to say, keep your cat away from me. All right, so it's Friday the 13th is the night that we are recording this podcast. You won't get it that night, but it's Friday the 13th. I thought it might be kind of fun to go over why Friday the 13th is so superstitiously bad, I guess, or scary. Why there's
everyone's like, ooh,
So according to history.com, on Friday the 13th, October 13th, 1307, officers of King Philip IV of France arrested hundreds of the Knights Templar. Imprisoned on charges of various illegal behaviors, many Templars were later executed. Some cite the link with Templars as the origin of the Friday the 13th superstition, but like many legends involving the Templars and their history, the truth remains murky. In more recent times, a number of traumatic events have occurred on Friday the 13th, including German bombing of Buckingham Palace in 1940, the murder of Kitty Genovese in 1964, a cyclone that killed more than 300,000 people in Bangladesh in 1970. That's crazy. A cyclone, it's a hurricane or a tornado, right? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Like some Twister type shit. And then killed 300,000 people. That's crazy. Disappearance of a Chilean Air Force plane in the Andes in 1972. The death of rapper Tupac Shakur in 1996. And the crash of Costa Concordia cruise ship off the coast of Italy, which killed 30 people. That's crazy. I didn't know Tupac died on Friday the 13th. That would have been enough for me right there to make Friday the 13th a bad superstitious day. But so anyways, happy Friday 13th.
Whenever you say when you were saying the Templar, it reminded me of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Are they part of that?
No, I think it was a show on Nickelodeon.
No, I'm thinking Indiana Jones.
Remember that? No, remember Legends of the Hidden Temple?
The one with the aggro crag?
The heck is an aggro crag?
The aggro crag with the and Mark Summers. No, that was Gladiator.
Yeah,
the Gladiator thing.
No, I think he was on it. Mark Summers. Dang, that's the name right there.
Mark Summers had like 5 shows.
He was the host of every show about kids. It was
he was working on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was a game show about running through a hidden temple type.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and you had to, and there was all these people like hiding in the, like all the people hiding in the temple trying to mess you up.
And that guy painted in all silver had to stay there the whole show, the whole 30 minutes.
Yeah, and he got paid like $2 an hour.
Yeah, it sucked. He didn't even get beers like on his break. It was sad.
That's crazy. The heyday of Nickelodeon, like all those shows. They had all those, whatever that show was, Legend of the Hidden Temple, and then they had the one. I don't know. There was like 4 of them that had slime involved. For whatever reason.
Dare or whatever.
Yeah, Dare. Guts. That was one. Right? Yeah, and then they had
Guts.
Like
what was
the
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Wild and Crazy Kids, they were just outside like doing obstacle courses pretty much is what I'm thinking it was.
Like, man, and Nickelodeon was just making money off kids.
They were just making money off of family reunion games. They went to
sack potato races.
They went to a Mexican or a Southern family reunion and said, "Now that's an idea.
That's
Chad.
Marketable." I watched it. They weren't wrong.
Yeah, I know they were not wrong. Man, they just gave him They gave him the family reunion T-shirt, and you're on the yellow team. You're on the green Johnson family team. You're on the Rodriguez team, and your prize is a pair of Skechers. That's it. They always got the same thing. Their sponsor.
Yeah, their spot. You get a pair of Skechers.
You get a pair.
And they only had one size, probably. Like no matter who the kid was.
And their prize is whatever's paying for this show.
Man, I was talking about that recently with somebody about back in the 90s and the 2000s or whenever Backstreet Boys and all that stuff was, that whoever that first group was, I think it was New Kids on the Block, but later when Backstreet Boys and all that stuff came out, it was like just the opening the floodgates for, if you can find some kids who can dance and sing a little bit, like then you plug them into the system and then turn those kids into Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, was Hanson. Was the one 98 Degrees was one, right? Like all these labels just became factories for like these boy band groups.
Yeah, and they were all basically biting off New Edition.
Yeah, and New Kids Off the Block.
New Kids on the Block. Yeah.
And the funny thing is those kids probably didn't make shit for money.
Except Justin Timberlake.
Except for Justin Timberlake, because he used the platform, to be able to kind of boost and build his own brand, and he was talented. But like all these other kids who came in, they signed them to deals I'm sure they made no money off the recordings.
Right.
They made no money off the music. They didn't write the song, so they didn't make money off of that. All they did was put them on tour, and they danced around. And they gave them a little bit of cash.
And
They gave their
and the
parents a little bit of
companies,
cash.
and the companies made millions.
And the companies ate everything. You know, like all the sales, all the CD sales, all the toys, all the T-shirts, all the concert, all that stuff.
Everything.
That's why the only ones that you still see are Justin Timberlake. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
You know.
That's really it. There's not even. Yeah, you can't even think of anyone.
Yeah, everybody else is done.
Well,
I remember
what's her
Lance
name?
Bass was
Britney
kind of-
Spears made. Well, she was solo.
Yeah, she was solo, but I mean that's like a whole different. You know, like the Britney Spears. Who else?
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Jessica
Yeah, it's a whole
Simpson.
different.
That whole
Pop
genre,
stars,
you know?
they made their money.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Like I think that, but I mean, even now, you see all that Britney Spears. I don't know. She's like, have you seen that
Yeah.
stuff where she's I don't know. She's like locked up, captive or something. And they're saying that she's all. No.
No, I think you're fusing like the R. Kelly
Nope.
stories. Oh,
Nope.
I don't know nothing about that then.
No, it's like there's all kinds of weird stuff going on with Britney Spears. That's another. We'll have to do more research on that and throw that out
Yeah, that's our other
in a future podcast. Yeah, Britney Spears, Tales of Britney Spears is coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Just kidding. Hey, so I wanted to do wanted to talk a little bit about some of what's going on right now and what our previously put out podcasts have discussed. But it's hard not to be political right now. I mean, at least not to cover political material, just because that's what's going on right now. But I think it's important to look at both sides, speak to people on both sides, and to make sure that anybody who is listening knows that anybody can get it. If you're doing something stupid, like, you can get it from this show. From this
Adrian Broner, after one of his fights, he was like, "Call me the can man. Anybody can get it. African, Mexican, Puerto Rican."
Republican,
Yeah. So that's
Democratic can.
Yeah, so that's what we are. We are the Can Man podcast.
Exactly. Well said. Anybody can get it. You do something stupid, you look stupid. There is a new news media network that might possibly be. Well, I was thinking maybe it might be called the Real News Network instead of the Fake News Network. But our great leader, Commander-in-Chief Donald Trump, there are rumors that he might create his own
Don't you disrespect
network.
him? Don't you disrespect that Jay?
Hey, he can get it.
Don't you disrespect that initial J?
Okay, what does the J stand for?
I don't know, actually.
Okay, that's disrespectful. But our Donald J. Trump.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of don't you disrespect, I went to the grocery store. Sorry to cut you off, but I went to the grocery store and these two guys, they were of Caucasian ethnic value, and they were. I was walking towards the entrance, and they were standing face to face in between two cars, and he said, one guy was like, "Don't you touch me," like loud and aggressive. He's like, "Don't you fucking touch me." And he's like, "Get away from my car." Yeah, he was, and they were like super politely arguing aggressively.
Wow. You didn't hear any please mixed in there?
He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It was so funny.
But you don't have the rest. You didn't just stand and wait for it to be resolved.
I didn't have time for a a polite verbal abuse argument / fight. Yeah, it was just interesting the way they were fighting.
Wow. I don't you touch me.
He's like, don't you touch me. Don't you touch my car.
Wow.
So I don't know if he touched him, then he touched his car.
Hey, if those two gentlemen are listening right now, feel free to email us at livefromoxcity.com at gmail.com and let us know what that argument was about, and why said Caucasian value man was touching you.
Yeah, I'm the guy who laughed out loud when I heard the second "Don't you touch me."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but keep going. My bad. I introduced.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's great. But the Trump News Network is a possibility. There's rumors that with Trump losing the election, Donald J. Trump, not to leave out that J, with him losing the election, that he might turn to starting up his own news network as his follow-up to being president. Because really, how do you follow up being president, especially if you lose after one term? You know, so like, what do you do after that? And he has such a big following. I mean, you how many presidents have you seen in the past that have had, flags with their name on it? So he's got following. He's got, 70 million
Fans.
70 million followers, fans, I guess, right? That are looking for, and he's always preached fake news and all this stuff. And that's, to me, if I look at it, that's a perfect opportunity for him after this thing. Because he's not going back to TV. I don't think TV or Hollywood, I don't think they're having him really if he's trying to come back to that. So I think this opportunity might be, and it's an interesting thought to me. But I found a little bit of a little blurb on it that I can share with our listeners if they're not up to speed. So President Trump has told friends he wants to start a digital media company to clobber Fox News and undermine the conservative-friendly network. Some Trump advisors think Fox News made a mistake with an early call of President-elect Biden's win in Arizona that enraged Trump and gave him something tangible to use in his attacks on the network. Trump's digital offering would likely charge a monthly fee to MAGA fans. Many are Fox News viewers, and he'd aim to replace the network. And the $5.99 per month Fox Nation streaming service, which has an 85% conversion rate from free trials to paid subscribers as their top destination. So basically, he would be aiming to take over the Fox News, a big portion of the Fox News fan base, because Fox News called Arizona early. And so in an attempt to totally destroy those who betrayed him, start his own news network, which I think is totally possible.
Not only that, I think it's possible that he brings some of the Fox anchors or reporters or whatever they are. Yeah, personalities with him.
Yeah, I think so. Because
to him, whatever.
There are, and I don't think it would. I mean, it wouldn't be all him. I think it would be very little of him. I think it would be more of just a business enterprise to bring all these personalities and bring these. Because if he totally steps away, right? Like he concedes or whatever, and he totally steps away, where's he making money now after this? And that's his thing. That's been his thing his entire life. So he wants to continue making money. So if he steps away and he takes these, like he's hot for these 70 million people right now. So if he bottles that up and takes it away right now and turns it into a digital news media network, that could be his bread and butter for a long time. It's
a smart move. Why would he not do it? He has fans. That's the smart move. Anyone who doesn't would be dumb.
Yeah, he's got fans, which is something that you don't see. I mean, Obama had he has fans, but also not on the same level as like if there's going to be a Obama news media network, like does that have that kind of followership? I don't think so.
No, I think it'd be tough to rival what Trump kind of his fans like what type of support they would give.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like, I mean, you look at the rallies and all that stuff. It's like a rock concert. It's literally rock concert numbers. We're talking tens of thousands of people. Yeah, but
no, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people for sure that go out to these.
A lot of people with Caucasian demographic value, right? as you so gently put it.
Yeah, nah. I would be. Listen, I would be interested to see what Trump News Network would have.
I would too.
I'm all for the tweets, the comedy, and the jokes.
Yes.
Not as the president of the United States.
Yeah. Well said.
I'll watch.
Yeah.
Hey, on TNN.
I agree. I'm open for entertainment. I don't want entertainment in the Oval Office, but entertainment I am all up for. We usually do a segment where we're trying to do a segment about Oxnard, Ox City, to try to put a little bit of information out there about what it is, where it is, and a little bit of information about what Oxnard is. So we do this Ox City segment to provide our listeners with a little bit of information about where we come from and what it's like here. But and this will be 2 weeks in a row that it's about Oxnard Police. But I also think it's important to show, like, I'm super proud of how our police department is handling what's been going on over the last year, and how OPD has been super transparent. They've been progressive in the way that they're handling all the civil unrest and things that are going on in the country. So I wanted to share this little piece of information about Oxnard police officers. So basically, they are starting to do de-escalation training, or at least they've got new equipment to do de-escalation training. So Oxnard PD has installed a simulator. So basically, this simulator is a big virtual screen with, and they put up pre-filmed scenarios. It's kind of like those books that we used to have, where it's like kind of choose your own destiny type of thing.
Yeah.
Like you take this path, and then you go see the dragon down that path, or you go this path, or whatever. So this simulator, it's for an officer to engage with the simulator, and the instructor, who's kind of monitoring the whole training experience, will decide how the simulator reacts to how the officer is engaging with it. So it'll be a scenario like there's a woman or man or woman, whatever, there's an individual with a weapon, and the officer is supposed to engage that individual. And depending on how they engage the individual, that person may, drop the weapon. They may charge or attack the officer. And then, as you go along through the progression, there's different reactions, and the officers are expected to adapt and learn how to react in those environments. So I just thought it was it was a good thing for, it just shows how much the Oxnard Police Department is listening to the outcry from people in our community and from, the American community in general, but just really like making an effort at trying to solve that problem. So I'm just proud of seeing the way that they've been kind of spearheading that fight. This is when you comment.
Oh no, yeah, it sounds super interesting. I'd like to see what it looks like, and it'd be cool if they showed kind of some of those sort of the technology that they're using. Because it's
what I thought of was I would love to apply to be the actor on the simulator training, and just like, so I could just be the craziest, worst person that you would ever want to encounter. You know, like, so you're Officer Drew, and I'm crazy homeless man Greg, that you have to encounter me, and I'm like, I'm screaming, I'm shitting on myself, I'm throwing stuff at you, and you have to somehow de-escalate this individual. Like, or if I was a household pet Greg, and like I'm interacting with guest Andrew,
and you get stuck in a tree, and we have to get you out. That's the training.
Yeah.
Get this cat out of the tree.
No, I'm.
I think I seen a video where they sprayed the cat out of the tree. Like, what are you doing?
That's one way to do it.
Like, cat never died from water.
For whatever reason, I don't know. It's that firemen get called for that type of thing. You watching porn?
No.
Not at the moment.
I have no clue what you're referring to. But what's the next topic?
I don't know how far this is gonna go. Like because what I'm saying, which is, I like to ask people at work how they wipe their ass when they shit. You know, whether it's like front to back.
You're intrigued by that? Is that your thing?
I'll tell you why I asked, because usually I get the answers that I think I'm going to get, but sometimes you get like an outlier that's totally off, like way totally different than everybody else. And so you got to ask the hard questions.
To each his own. I'm not the bathroom. I'm not the bathroom question asker. But hey, to each his own. If you feel like you got to go around to your coworkers and ask them that to feel comfortable, it is what it is. It's gotta be done. You know, it's definitely gotta be done.
So how much have you heard about that Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing?
I didn't hear anything.
Nothing at all. Like,
I know Johnny Depp is. That's good enough for me. I mean,
you don't know who Amber Heard is, though?
No. He was married to her, right?
He was married to her, but they got a divorce. Amber Heard was in Aquaman. You see Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like the female kind of counterpart.
Okay.
To him. But yeah, so her and Johnny Depp were married, and they had some issues in their marriage. But there are allegations on both sides of domestic violence. So like Amber Heard has accused Johnny Depp of domestic violence, and then also Johnny Depp has accused her. But Johnny Depp he was asked to resign from a role for the Fantastic Beasts, whatever. It's like part of the Harry Potter franchise. I guess he played a part in that. But so since all of that stuff popped up, he was asked to resign, and he did so. Like he said that he made a statement on Twitter or something like that, and said that he was asked to resign from his role, and that he would, comply with what the studio was asking him to do. And then so this petition came out for Amber Heard to be removed from Aquaman. But DC and Warner Brothers have refused to ask Amber Heard to excuse herself from that role. So I thought it was interesting, but some of the allegations are pretty crazy. That it was so Johnny Depp filed a $50 million lawsuit against Amber Heard for defamation. Basically because she accused him of domestic violence, and he claims that those charges are totally ridiculous, and they're not only ridiculous, but they're opposite, that Amber Heard was the one who was abusing him. But one of the incidents was saying that she punched him in the face twice, and another where she shattered his finger with a vodka bottle, and it had to get surgically reattached. So like she broke a bottle and basically cut his finger off. He had to go to the hospital, get his finger reattached. And that's been proven, like that actually did happen. And then her claims are that he hit her, I guess, in some capacity. But the story is that he's being asked to resign. Nothing has happened to her. So there's a big petition on change.org for Johnny Depp. The slogan is justice for Johnny Depp. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. It's crazy to see kind of how there's that double standard out there a little bit at times.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we don't know what happened. We don't know any of the intricate details. Only that, there's three sides to every story. So we'll see what, I'm assuming they're going to go to court about it.
I mean, they went to court,
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because he brought her to, he filed like a lawsuit and stuff, and that went away. They dismissed it, and then now it's basically down to is Hollywood gonna
Hollywood court
her? I guess. Damn. But is Hollywood gonna try to keep her out of it? But so we'll see. But I don't think they started shooting for Aquaman 2 yet. But so you saw it, right? You saw Aquaman?
Yeah, I saw Aquaman. I thought it was really good, actually.
Did I ask you before if you're you lean more
last podcast you said if
you
I'm
lean right or left on comics?
Right or left. Oh my god.
Yeah. And you said
I'm MAGA Marvel.
Oh, okay. Because Marvel is what, the Fantastic?
Well, we got into this. So anyone who listened to the last podcast, I basically broke down and reconstructed each reason and intricate, minute detail of why Iron Man is way better than Batman. So you can roll back the footage, listen to the last episode, but I actually liked Aquaman. I liked Aquaman. I liked Wonder Woman movie, and
you liked
those.
Well, I think it's crazy because all these movies got held back to be released, because I think Wonder Woman 1984 is the next one, but that one I thought had been done for a while, but they haven't released it.
I saw the previews. The Batman. Of that. It looks cool. The Batman.
Yeah, it looks cool. The Batman movie, I think was supposed to come out in 2021, was from the get-go, but we'll see. I don't even think they finished filming that, so that's been held back. And then on the Marvel side, I know that I just saw that they announced that Black Panther's sister is going to take over that role of Black Panther.
Is that for sure? I saw like a mock-up or whatever, a poster.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that was a for sure thing.
I thought it was that they announced it. But I mean, even if they didn't announce it, like that, to me, that seems like the only way to go, really.
That's a lot of people love her. She becomes Black Panther in the comics. So there's not too much you can do. You can recast, which is
I don't
what they
think
did
that's a possibility.
Well, they did it for
to recast Black Panther.
Well, they did it for Rhodey, or what's his name?
Who?
What's the dude from Iron Man? His homie.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Yeah, who? What's the name of him though? What's his War Machine?
I don't know. War Machine is his. Yeah, but I don't remember what his
Rhodey
name was in the thing. Yeah, who was the first time around?
It was Thomas. What is his name? Thomas? Terrence. Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard. That's right.
Terrence Howard. Yeah.
That's true, but Terrence Howard didn't die.
Yeah, but they recast him.
They recast him, but I mean, I would be upset if they picked another dude to be Black Panther.
Well, they're gonna
to just take the role of T'Challa,
So you're okay if it's a girl?
I'm okay if it's his sister, like who it was in the movie. But if they just brought in a new actor,
that's my point. What if they
bring in
Michael B.
Chris
Jordan
Tucker?
back?
Oh, okay.
He's like, damn, we gonna get you high. Black Panther's just getting high.
Dude, that I would not be cool
made
with.
This vibranium for me.
Got nothing to do.
He's like the Avengers. It's like, we got nothing to do. Oh, that's Thanos. We gotta stick together.
Yeah, like no.
He's like, we don't have enough money in Wakanda. Make it enough. Nah. Yeah, I don't think Chris Tucker's gonna be. He's. I think.
But even if it was Michael, I guess if it was Michael B. Jordan, like, if it was somebody who was in that, who wasn't supposed to be just, like when they bring, like Uncle Aunt Viv and Fresh Prince, when they just bring somebody in and then they say like, okay, this is the person now, and you just have to roll with it as the viewer.
Right.
I hate that, and then especially if it's like, Chadwick Boseman and how influential that he was, and then they just bring somebody else in, to take his spot. So if it was Michael B. Jordan, or if it,
but you're a Batman fan.
Yeah, but that's different adaptations of it.
Exactly. What are you talking about? That's the word. Yeah.
It's a different it's a different series, it's a different story, it's a different
Batman
vibe on it.
What do you mean it's a different story?
Yeah, but you can't just like cancel Batman after Adam West dies, like the old pow bang boom Batman.
Okay, so then but what I'm saying is you're saying the same thing about Black Panther.
Because it's only one movie. It's one movie, like they still got all the rest of the characters are the same. Like they haven't done that in the Batman movie where like they have all the actors, like all the actors are the same except for Batman. They've never done that. Like they redid Joker.
Isn't Batman not going to be Ben Affleck?
No, it's not, but none of the other characters are the same either.
What are you talking about? Wonder Woman's still the same lady?
Yeah,
Aquaman's still the same dude?
But I don't know if they're going to put all of them together in like a Justice League thing again.
So you think that they're not going to have another Justice League?
They might not. I don't know. I think I heard that they're getting rid of the Superman dude too. like that they might start up a new Superman franchise.
Hey, it is what it is.
I guess, but also there's like a part of the DC franchise like called Flashpoint where there's kind of like an alternate dimension thing. So like I could see them using that to be like, oh, Batman looks different now. Like he's not Ben Affleck anymore.
So speaking of that, like where does Marvel go? Like they're done
From
with
here.
Are they going to continue Avengers? Do you think
I don't know if they're going to do Avengers again. I know they're going to continue
with
making
characters
movies with those characters.
Because you got to.
I think,
don't you?
I think Black Widow has something coming out, maybe.
Yeah, I think Black
in
Widow,
the works.
But I'm saying there's going to be sequels of like Thor and all that. It's just Iron Man died and like a couple, like whoever died or whatever. But you still have some of the characters. You still have a ton of characters. Like you have Spider-Man. You have all these people.
Well,
so are they just going to keep going with it? Or are they going to go
Captain America's out, isn't he? Like Captain America's different. It's going to be the other dude,
he gave the
Air Force dude, whatever.
Yeah, the black dude.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, so
Hawk.
So he'll be different.
Oh, no, what's his name?
No.
Wings dude. Flying black dude.
Flying black dude with the wings. Yeah, whatever his name is. I don't know. Falcon,
right? Hawk. I was close.
Black Falcon, or is that racist? Is that?
I mean, he's black and he's Falcon. So
but that's not his name, right?
That's not his name, but you could just say it. It's cool.
Yeah, Black Falcon. All right, Black Falcon.
You could just start saying black before every.
Yeah, before any character. Like, I mean, we got Black Panther. Black Falcon.
Yeah, because he's not Panther.
But he's taking over the Captain America thing, and then.
So I don't know how that's gonna work. Some of this stuff got to play out in Disney Plus, right?
I guess. I mean, like because all of them are on Disney Plus now.
Well, they have specifically Falcon and the other dude, Bucky. They have their own one, and from what
they're gonna have their own series.
And according to Charlemagne the God, they're gonna intertwine with the actual MCU or whatever. So like it's basically gonna tie into that. The movies or whatever. So I
mean, they have a bunch of characters that they haven't really. Like, they have Scarlet Witch,
the other lady that just is
Captain
the most
Marvel,
powerful. She just
she's like
destroyed the whole ship.
She's like Superman and Wonder Woman and.
Hey, don't hate on her. Are you hating on her?
See the movie? Yeah,
You didn't see the movie? You didn't see Avengers End Game?
No, I didn't see Captain Marvel.
Or what's it? End Game? What's the first one?
No, I saw all the Avengers. Yeah, I didn't see Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
But I heard that, like, the actress herself, I think her name's Brie Larson.
Yeah.
I heard that she sucks.
Like, as a person?
Yeah.
I've heard that, too.
Yeah.
I've heard that, too.
I was just like, yeah.
I've heard both, though. I've heard that was, like, kind of someone trying to
smear.
Yeah, like someone didn't like her and they tried to like throw that out there. But I've heard both angles, and I don't do the he say she say, so it could be. Listen, I'm sure that she's not the first she's not the first Hollywood. Yeah, she's not the first Hollywood person who's a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, but so they got her. They got, they have Scarlet Witch.
The Fox.
The Fox. The fuck is the Fox?
The Fox. You don't know about the Fox?
No.
He's the best
character
in Marvel. Are you talking about
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Raccoon.
He's listen, you know what? The first time I saw it, because I was a fan of cartoons, or not cartoons, of superheroes. Of superheroes and the comics and all that. I played, what's the video game? I forgot. But and I was like, once they came out, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then as all these films have come out, I've become like more of a Marvel person and whatnot. when they came out with Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought that fox or the raccoon. Was the guy from the Star Fox game.
Oh, wow. Wow. You're really
Remember those games? Remember those?
Yeah.
I thought he was him. He was a raccoon or a fox.
I mean, I guess
flying
it's not
a plane in space.
Yeah, it's not that far off. I guess.
So I'm like, oh, cool. They're gonna like mix Nintendo 64 games with Marvel.
I could imagine so much confusion off of that. Because aren't there other, like in Star Fox, there's like a turtle and there's all kinds of other.
Yeah, I think so. And then there was like it was...
And you're watching it like, where's the turtle? Where's the, like, what?
Yeah, I was
where
so
all these
confused.
characters at?
Yeah, and then
they have all those guys.
Yeah, so they got a lot of people.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to use any of those, to do Guardians of the Galaxy on Disney Plus or anything like that. But they got a bunch of people that they can still, because we were talking about it last time, that Iron Man was way far at the back of the list before that movie came out,
Yeah, like as far as the, in comic book lore.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
And then so like now you look at it and like all of these people who are kind of up to the plate now, like they're kind of at the back of the line. But if Marvel can blow them up, then they might get another Iron Man or.
Yeah, they're talking about like Angelina Jolie and the dude from The Office.
Michael
You heard
Scott?
about that? No.
Or
no, Michael Scarn. Nah.
Marvel character Agent Michael Scarn.
No. That's an inside Office joke. If you've never seen The Office.
Yeah, if you've never seen The Office.
Jim.
Oh yeah.
I've heard he's gonna be in some role.
Okay, I could see it. I mean, he's been doing his like Jack Ryan super spy thing on Amazon for a few years. Which is still, I don't know if you saw it, but like it's hard for me to believe, or it's hard to buy for me. Like I'm just looking at him like he's pranking Dwight.
Exactly.
But then in Jack Ryan, he's like a super spy, and he's like a badass dude. He's shooting people. Like it's hard for me to buy it with Jim.
What's your favorite Marvel movie?
I mean, Black Panther off the top, but I think that first Iron Man movie is definitely up there. Like, how he's locked up in that prison, and he's building the armor, he gets that. He's got his little prison cellmate that, they're kind of bonding, and then he helps him do all that stuff. Like that first Iron Man was pretty sick. And he comes out with the armor and it's all like kind of rickety, but it's the blueprint for the future armor, I don't know, maybe because I'm a big Batman fan that Iron Man is like Marvel better. Batman.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that, but
I would. So
I would say Batman, or well, yeah, Batman is probably my favorite movie, but Black Panther. Black Panther for sure.
Black Panther's top 3 for me. Number 1 is End Game.
Okay.
Avengers End Game.
That was long as shit, wasn't it?
That's what she said.
Like, Michael Scarn.
Full circle. I mean, yeah, but I thought like the last 45 minutes was easy to watch, easy viewing.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think I've only seen it once.
See, that's
I might need
that.
to
See, that's
go
interesting.
back.
See, that saying that is crazy because that you should have seen it more than once.
I feel guilt. I feel DC guilt.
Are you a DC fan like that?
Yeah.
I get the pain then.
Like a little bit like that. Like,
how'd you feel about that Justice League movie? What's up with the robot dude? What's up with his story?
Who, Cyborg?
I thought he was the worst story of
He's
all
real.
time.
He's real moody.
Like,
He's got dad.
man, my dad, I hate my dad, and or what was it? Is it like he doesn't like his dad or something?
Yeah. Look, okay. So they rushed it. They rushed it. They were trying to
Yeah,
catch
I
up
would say
to
that.
Marvel because
Like,
Marvel, like Avengers, is blowing up and all that stuff, and so DC had to try to put something out there to try to catch up. But if they would have just taken their time, developed the characters, but they introduced all these characters in a little video clip at the end of the Batman movie. You remember
What
that?
was
Like,
cool though, which was cool,
which was
if
cool,
you
but you didn't
go
get enough
into-
information.
No. It was super cool if you didn't go into it. If you didn't go into the full, all right, now they're all together movie. Like if you do that and then you have maybe another
Little offshoot
solo.
movies.
Yeah, if you have another solo and then another solo and then maybe they come together in some cameo and then another solo, then they bring them. It's way better because there's more build up.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with boxing. Floyd Mayweather didn't fight Manny Pacquiao right away, and look what it did. It broke all the records. They got to take
What? Mayweather Pacquiao?
What? It's the highest watched besides Mayweather. Well, yeah, it's the number one. It's the number one watched. Yeah.
But I didn't. I liked the movie. But I knew it could have been better. You know, like but even I'm not a big Ben Affleck fan. You know, like if Batman is making jokes, like I'm out. That's not Batman. And so that's like my criteria for judging those
Michael
movies.
Keaton?
Like, how is Batman? Michael Keaton is the Batman. Yeah. To me, Michael Keaton's the best Batman.
It's just the Batman.
And then come Christian Bale. Christian Bale after Michael Keaton, because Christian Bale, like, he did some weird stuff. He needed to fix his lips. He is all weird with his lips.
Yeah, why? What's up with that?
I don't know.
Doing that on purpose, or does he just have a lisp?
But then in the Batman Superman movie, they had, which I thought was cool. Like, I liked the movie, and also, side note, they're putting out the Snyder cut, the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League movie, and I think they're gonna release it in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different segments, because I think it's like 4 or some hour, like 4 and some hours. So they're gonna release all of that on HBO Max in 4 different episodes.
What if it's like a way better movie?
I think it is. I mean, like the cast was all, like the cast was calling for them to release that. But it's because, like, during the filming, something happened with Zack Snyder's family. Like, he had like a death in the family or something like that, and so he went away to go take care of that. And then I think they brought in a Marvel guy, somebody who did one of the Marvel movies, and then he came in and ruined the whole shit because he's from Marvel. And then and then they released that cut of it. And then so now they're going to release the Zack Snyder cut on HBO Max. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. But that being said, I knew it could have been better than it was. The thing that bothered me the most was that the entire time through this movie, they're trying to figure out how to fight this bad guy. This bad guy, you know, like, he's just wrecking everybody the whole movie. They have a couple encounters with him, and he just beats everybody's ass. Then they get in the boss fight with him at the end, and he's whooping all of their asses. And then Superman wakes up, and Superman just like flicks him with his finger, and he's done. Like, I hate that.
Hey, DC.
I hate Superman.
Here's Superman. oh, here's Superman, but with everything, he doesn't have anything except his speed. We'll call him Flash.
That's what I'm saying. Is like Flash, his he's like his superpower, his claim to fame is one of Superman's powers.
So look, here's where Marvel just destroyed them. They're like, all right, we got this fast dude, we gotta kill him off because he's just fast and he has like other super like powers, but he's fast. I mean, he has other superheroes are fast and they have other powers, but he's just fast. So
who in Marvel was just fast guy?
What's it? The Sokovia dude. Like, remember the dude who was
Sokovia dude.
The dude, or not the Sokovia dude, in the Sokovia fight or whatever. They had what's his name, sister? Scarlet.
Okay, yeah.
He's fast.
Oh, okay, and he died.
He got killed. Yeah, he got capped
because he was trash.
Yeah, I mean they had to body him because he was
Yeah,
you're fast.
Trash. All you do is fast shit. Like
all you do is fast stuff. So we don't really have. Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't have. You can't make the team. Yeah.
But at least they got it right.
Yeah, but Flash is like a whole.
Flash is
It's a whole franchise. I also didn't like. No.
Okay.
I got confused about that too. But Flash is like a whole. I don't know. He's got a whole series, and he's got a whole. Like there's powers that are based off of the speed, but still, he's trash.
Yeah. So we'll continue the DC Marvel debate when maybe another.
Yeah, whenever movies come back out and they start releasing stuff again. Release movies again. Make that hat. Man, there's one last thing that I had to get across I had to, but I can't remember what it is. So it's probably not that important.
Yeah, it just wasn't going to help the argument.
Fine. But you don't like Batman? So I know I'm looking at possibly getting both of the new systems eventually in the future, like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. The Xbox One X, is that what it's called? Xbox One X. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so Xbox One X, which is it's so stupid. Like I'm more attracted to buying PlayStation because I know the number, the order. PlayStation 5, cool, got it. This one is Xbox One X. The last one was Xbox One, I guess, and then before that it was Xbox 360.
But they might be doing the iPhone thing where there's like Xbox One X, Xbox 2, Xbox 2X. They might be just going
why can't you just do the numbers?
They are.
I get
That's
confused.
What I'm saying. They might be doing.
Like I don't even know if I'm buying the newest shit that they got.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they could sell me the Xbox 360 and tell me that it's the new shit, and then I'll have that. But have you thought about getting either one of
those? No. I mean, I should.
I don't get it. Why don't you play that?
I don't know.
Why? Why? What?
I don't know.
Where's your childhood? Where's your child spirit?
Where's my child spirit? I don't know why I didn't. You know what? I used to like playing like Madden and NBA. Okay, so I used to like playing Madden. No, I used to like playing NBA Live. That was like the first game that I was like, all right, let me play NBA Live. If I can't play ball outside, like I'm gonna go.
The mechanics
play
on NBA Live are so bad. You know how
I'm talking.
You could be like
Sega Genesis,
dribbling away from the basket and press shoot, and then you just like spin fast. And
he morphs his body to the other direction.
He transports and all that shit. Yeah.
NBA Live. Then the NBA 2Ks came out. And then Madden, I was always like playing. I guess I would play Madden like with friends, and then I don't know. I guess I don't know what happened.
So, but you never play that. You never
Here's
play
what
bikes.
I know. I just remembered what happened. I just remember what happened. In college, in the dorms, we had a Madden tournament. It was the ultimate Madden tournament with all the athletes. And we had a draft. We had a draft for like 3 days. And what happened was everyone came to our dorm, my dorm, and it was they're on the clock. Boom, go select your player.
So they did like a fantasy draft.
A fantasy draft
for their Madden teams.
For the Madden teams for like 3 days. So I was the Raiders. Guess what player I picked first? Michael Vick.
Marcus Russell. Okay.
Michael Vick. I had the best team of all time because I had Michael Vick. I'm going to tell you, this is why I stopped playing video games. This is important. I picked Michael Vick. Boom, my next pick is up. It's a snake draft. So like when you get to the last pick, you pick again. So I was like one pick before last, and then I went again. So you were like
first round, first pick.
Yeah.
And then like second round, 32nd pick.
Yeah, something like that.
Right? Yeah.
So I was like first round, like second or third pick or something like that. So I picked Michael Vick. Boom. And then I picked again, and it was, I don't know how I ended up with Adrian Peterson. But I got Michael.
And this is back in when Adrian Peterson was like.
So I must have picked Adrian Peterson first and then Michael Vick. So Adrian Peterson was just a beast.
Right.
And Michael Vick was Eagles Michael Vick. So he wasn't Falcons.
He wasn't the,
he was
unstoppable cheat
Madden,
code.
Yeah. But he was fast, and that's all I needed. So I got him. I got Antonio Gates as my third pick. And then my fourth pick was like Devin Hester, someone with speed, crazy speed. So I was done on offense.
I'm not hearing any linemen on
so
that.
then I went straight defense. I went straight defensive linemen, all speed pass rushers and defensive rush. It was a wrap. I destroyed every single player, every single kid who went in those dorms that we had a game with. And after that, I was like, I'm the king of Madden. Like I can never play again.
Okay.
And
that
so,
was your
that was my moment. So after that, I was just like, and you know how I if someone's talking, I'm gonna talk back to you in Madden, and it was just it got ugly sometimes, and I was just like, man, you can't see me, get out of my room.
Okay. Don't be my friend.
Nah, it was fun. It was all good fun, but we ended
But you don't play you never played anything else? You never did?
I never did the shooter
like
game.
none of that?
No, I never did like the shooter games. I was never really into the shooter games.
You're not into pretending to kill a bunch of people?
I mean, I played like Super Mario and all that, like Sonic the Hedgehog and GoldenEye and all those games.
That's not what I was talking about when the killing of people.
You're talking about like
Call of Duty and
Call of Duty. Yeah. What's the other one?
Battlefield. That's what it is.
I never played. I mean, no, I never played them.
I like them, but I can't play online because it's like it's just too much, and you play against a bunch of 7-year-olds who just call you the N-word all the time, and they kill, like, you have no chance to beat them, so it's not fun. But I do play the campaign modes, like the story mode or whatever. But even the story modes are crazy. Like in one of the, I downloaded one of the old games that came out a few years ago, and then they released like a remastered version. I can't remember. I think it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare like 2 or something. Can't remember which one. But so the game has this one episode or one section of the game, part of the story mode, that you play a group of Russian dudes who are posing as Americans, and they go into a Russian airport full of civilians. And the only purpose of that mission is to murder everyone in that airport. Innocent people. So, like, that's how far some of these games have come. That you're just walking through the airport with, like, a crazy machine gun, and you're just, like, ripping through a bunch of people. And it gets pretty heavy at times. Yeah. But it's, like, super fun, and you should try that. Is what I'm getting at.
I mean, I'll stick to Duck Hunt. And, you know, I don't know. It's just something that never really intrigued me. I don't know why. I like video games. I'll definitely.
But you should enjoy killing people more.
My last time I played was at my friend's house, and he doesn't play video games really either. This was like 2018, and it was like the first Xbox, which, when did it get released? Like 1999 or something.
Yeah, late 90s maybe.
And we were playing that and like a basketball game, and we were just talking smack with like Charles Barkley, and I don't know who was in the game. I don't remember, but it was
it NBA Jam where you just picked two dudes?
No, it was
Michael Jordan.
I think it was 2K.
Tony Kukoc.
Yeah, it was like NBA 2K, and we were playing. We were talking smack, and it was old players, and we probably ended up like fist fighting or something for no reason. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Nice.
You know what I'm cool with? Watching. I like watching, like, if
watching people play?
Not watching people play like online or like on the TV, but if I'm there and it's like it's a good game or a close game and they're talking smack, and I could hype it up and gas someone up
to
hate the other person. I'm with that.
Create a little bit of
animosity
about it,
so that there might be some fighting.
Yeah. No, we
I mean, not to cut you off, but the you know what the only hope is to bring me back to video games, right?
Fight Night, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's the only hope.
But I thought it was coming back.
So in the beginning of the pandemic, Eddie Hearn, which is a boxing promoter from across the pond, he I don't know if it was like, I don't know if he said it or he put it on one of his social media, but he was like, who wants a boxing game again? And there was like 1,000,100 retweets or reshares or whatever, and he, like, I don't know if he's
trying to build steam for it.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's something.
They're pouring all their money into UFC, I guess.
I mean,
not all their money, because they do, like FIFA's the most popular. FIFA's the most popular game in the world.
Oh, game? Really?
Yeah. But they do, EA Sports does FIFA, it does Madden. EA Sports now like has a hand in Battlefield. So like they're getting into other stuff, but I think Fight Night is like so far back on the list.
Well, a lot of it depends on when you have the crossover star in boxing, because boxing is the most popular, is the more popular sport if you have because you have more stars in boxing than in UFC.
Currently, you think?
Yeah, I would say.
Like, who do you think is on the cover of Fight Night if Fight Night comes back out?
You can go a number of ways. Manny Pacquiao still boxing. Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Still boxing. You can go.
I would guess Canelo, right? Like,
I'd say he's the most popular.
Yeah.
But you also have guys like Tyson Fury. You have Anthony Joshua. You got Lomachenko. You got Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence. You got a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's more top heavy. I would say at any given point, UFC has maybe the biggest, like, depending on if what's his face, Connor is fighting.
Yeah. What's his face?
Yeah, what's his face?
Who is going off?
Don't you disrespect him?
Dude, he's starting to like have like some Antonio Brown flavor to him.
Hey man,
like he's always kind of doing wild shit, and then you know, like they try to get a contract. He just signs this boxing fight he's getting into that. He doesn't even consult the UFC first.
He's making money with his Irish whiskey.
He is, which
he's making some money with that.
As a person who drinks whiskey, I think that whiskey is better than Jameson.
Really?
Like his whiskey, like. But I did see a video of him trying to offer his whiskey to a guy in Ireland. It's like a security cam footage thing, and so like he's at the bar, and there's just a bunch of old dudes sitting at the bar somewhere in Ireland. And he's like giving shots to all of them of his whiskey. Like he's pouring shots for them. And then one guy, McGregor pours the shot and he puts it in front of him. And the guy slides it right back to him. Like, I don't want your fucking shot. Like, I don't want your whiskey. And then McGregor tries to give it back and he slides it back. Like, no thanks. What does McGregor do? Punches him in the face.
Hey, that's what we're supposed to do.
That's like the most Irish shit I ever heard of.
I know, right?
And I feel like that was just totally understood. Like, yeah, he didn't accept the whiskey that you poured for him, so you punch him in his face.
Yeah, of course.
That's how they do it over there.
That is the most Irish thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
In Ireland, an Irish boxer, Irish whiskey,
and like
a bar fight.
Old Irish man. Yeah, like old dude sitting at the bar at the pub. And And
exactly.
McGregor just, but it's protocol, man. If you don't accept a whiskey that has been poured for you, then you punch in the face.
Yeah, and the guy who got punched in the face understood.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. I should have done that. Should have got punched in the face. Thank you for doing that to me.
Thank you for correcting me."
Irish UFC versus boxing is such a interesting debate because we'll see what happens in like 5-10 years.
Yeah,
see where each sport takes itself.
I think boxing will always be there.
Who said that?
Who's gonna have
Someone
the
said
crown?
That.
You know, like who's gonna be at the top?
Yeah, you need that. You need someone to carry. It's just like any sport. You need someone to carry. For the most part, you need someone to carry that sport or be the face of that sport, or a couple of people at least. So just look at baseball. You don't have that off the, hands down superstar.
Yeah,
there is no hands crossover superstar, and that's why baseball has fallen to, number 3, I guess.
Baseball shoots himself in the foot, and they totally discourage personality.
No, for sure, yeah, you're right. And then a lot of the steroid thing had a lasting effect.
Yeah, but I love the steroid era.
No, I'm saying.
Of course, knock them all out of the park.
Everyone takes steroids. Like, just make it open for everyone was the consensus amongst people.
Yeah,
but
put it in the water in the clubhouse.
Yeah, but if you didn't have, but you don't have a Ken Griffey Jr., and when you had that, when you had the A-Rod, even Jeter, you know, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, even the pitchers were superstars. You know, here you have Clayton Kershaw, who I'm not a baseball fan anymore, but I know of Clayton Kershaw partly because he's a Dodger or whatnot, but he's nowhere near like Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez. These guys were stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, shit, I mean,
once you have a star, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, like once you have a star, I think Izzy is on the way to being that crossover type star if he has a couple of signature wins. And I'm talking, when I say signature wins, they got to be knockouts. They got to be in crazy fashion. You know, he's got to have
what weight class are we talking?
Iggy, or what's his name? Izzy.
Oh, yeah, Adesanya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call him Izzy, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Something like that.
Israel Adesanya, I think.
Yeah. And I think he and I've seen some clips. I've never seen one UFC fight, but he has the potential to be like a crossover because he has that charisma and that dog in him when he fights.
Yeah.
So I think there's a possibility, but things got to go right, man. There's a lot of things got to go right. You got to have the best dance partner. You got to have highlights. You got to have charisma.
Yeah. Do you think being in the Olympics has anything? Do you think that holds any weight? Like having
yes
so
and
like
no.
to have MMA in the Olympics. You know,
yes
that
and
would
no.
help it.
It helps with their maturation process early. So like, you know, you look at Floyd Mayweather. He had a fast track because he got snubbed for the gold medal. So same thing with Roy Jones. They had a fast track. It put the battery in their back to be greats fast. And then so they had the fast track to being in title fights early and dominating their opponent, and then boom, they learn the boxing game, and then all of a sudden they're stars, superstars, crossover stars. So I think it helps with the fast track, but I don't think you need it because you have guys who weren't in the Olympics in boxing that were, you know, greats. But UFC would be cool in the Olympics.
I think it has a different flavor to it. You know, if it's UFC and it's you know, our country versus yours, because UFC is super international. You know, it's like Brazil has a huge UFC base. You know, I mean, you're saying Khabib. Khabib is Russian. You know, like Russia's got its base. You know, I mean, Japan has a whole. They have like a whole MMA organization themselves. So like to see all of these compete in the UFC is one thing, but to compete on a national, to compete for your country in the Olympics, to where you have all the American fighters fighting Brazilian fighters and fighting for that kind of crown, I think that adds like a really interesting flavor to the Olympics. Like, I mean, to take it back to your ancient Greek type of thing, where it's like, you know, our tribe, our country, our city state versus yours, you know, and that to me, I think that could blow it up, you know, especially if you have stars that are participating in that thing, you know, and then it brings that team kind of atmosphere to where you might have guys who are rivals, the same way that the NBA, you know, like you have guys that are rivals, they play on opposite teams, but once it becomes time for the Olympics to come around, then we're on the same team. Let's see what we can do together as a country, you know, as Team USA, and see what we can do against the rest of the world. So once that gets in the Olympics, I think that might have a different feel to it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's also are people ready for that yet? Your typical Olympic consumer, are they ready to see MMA like that?
Oh yeah,
you know?
for sure. Because because boxing is so old.
But even boxing in the Olympics, like it's headgear.
Yeah, but I
it's
think
typically amateurs, right?
I think the last, or well, when was the last Olympics?
I don't know.
I think I don't know. I want to say that they're gonna start doing without headgear. I want to say, I'm not sure.
Like, what's the
What they need to
motivation
do?
for that? You know, more
There's
knockouts?
been
Is that
tests.
what it is?
No, no, nah. There's been studies for and against headgear. So, but also, I think I want to say that someone, I'm not sure, but I think that they were saying that they're going to allow pros, which I don't see that as something that would be, because professionals, they're fighting, they're prize fighters. So
Right.
to just go to the Olympics and then fight for nothing is kind of like a step back.
Well,
almost.
I mean, but you see NBA players who are millionaires, which is no
but
other.
they're not punching each other in the face.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
They're not
so that's
punching
the
each other
only
in the
thing.
face for a medal.
Yeah, and it takes so much to train and to prepare and stuff. So it's a totally different ball game where
Yeah. Plus
you
the
just get out and
turnaround
play
for
basketball
fights.
pretty much. Exactly.
Like it's not like you're gonna do one fight on Friday
Canelo
and
fights
you
2
fight
times a
again Sunday morning.
Canelo fights 2 times a year. He's not going to take a purse away for the Olympic fight, and then one, basically he's getting one prize fight a year. It's in that year. It's not going to happen. So
Well, and then even the Olympics, when they do boxing, you're fighting several fights,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
that's not happening.
no. So yeah, the dog agrees.
Sorry, that's my fiance. That's been another episode of Live from Mox City. We are available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can hit us at Live from Mox City on any of those platforms. You can hit us up at livefrommoxcity@gmail.com if you're interested in getting in contact with us. But we appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next week.